What if the most legendary warplane of the past was reborn and transformed into an even deadlier force? Imagine a plane that started as a simple crop duster, only to be re-engineered into a military powerhouse capable of unprecedented aerial feats. This isn't just a flight of fancy, it's the reality of the OA-1K Skyraider 2. This aircraft is not merely an evolution of its predecessor but a radical rethinking of how combat aircraft should operate in the modern age. On April 3, 2025, a momentous event unfolded at Hurlburt Field, Florida. The U.S. Air Force Special Operations Command welcomed the first OA-1K Skyraider 2 into its fleet. This aircraft is not only named after the legendary Skyraider from the Korean and Vietnam Wars but represents a new chapter in aerial warfare. Originally designed for agricultural duties, its transformation is nothing short of remarkable. The engineers took a humble crop plane and outfitted it with Hellfire missiles, precision bombs, advanced radar, and top-tier communication systems. This is an upgrade beyond recognition. While the original A-1 Skyraider was known for its resilience in combat, the Skyraider 2 takes that legacy and amplifies it. With its turboprop design, similar to its predecessors, and a military-grade overhaul, it redefines what an attack aircraft can be. Imagine an aircraft that can avoid the hefty price tags and runway demands of modern jets, instead thriving in rugged environments with minimal infrastructure. A small, agile machine, the Skyraider 2 is built for versatility, ready to tackle missions in any setting. Diving deeper into its lineage. The original A-1 Skyraider was groundbreaking, revolutionizing the role of attack aircraft in air forces around the world. It was durable and could carry an impressive load of munitions while maintaining endurance unmatched by fighter jets. Picture this, flying for hours over hostile territory, offering fire support when it mattered most. The choice to resurrect such a name isn't just a nostalgic nod, it's a strategic decision rooted in delivering adaptability in unpredictable battlefield situations. The OA-1K is armed with 10 external hardpoints, giving it the ability to carry a wide array of weapons, from missiles to laser-guided bombs. With a payload capacity comparable to larger fighters, it allows for remarkable mission flexibility. Just consider the potential configurations. With advanced drone launching capabilities, this aircraft could serve as a flying command center, directing swarms of unmanned systems to gather intelligence or execute strikes. Moreover, the Skyraider 2 doesn't just fly, it sees. Equipped with a suite of advanced scanners capable of high-resolution visual and radar capabilities, the aircraft operates with an efficiency that's critical in modern warfare. Imagine the operator, assisted by an AI-powered processor managing data feeds. This means streamlined surveillance, with nothing slipping through the cracks. What makes the Skyraider 2 a true game-changer is its endurance and versatility. Imagine launching into combat potential from remote airstrips, dirt roads, or even highways. This plane can loiter for hours, giving those on the ground the support and firepower they desperately need. It's not just an aircraft, it's a lifeline. The Skyraider 2 signifies a profound evolution in military aviation, integrating the lessons learned from the past with the demands of the present and future. This is not your ordinary warplane, it's a beacon of tactical innovation, ready to change the face of aerial combat forever. The question remains, how will this powerhouse shape the dynamics of war in the skies? Only time will tell. When jets dominate airspace with lightning-fast strikes, imagine an aircraft designed to stay, and stay boldly. The legendary A-1 Skyraider carved its name deep in the annals of history, not just as a plane, but as a symbol of unmatched endurance and versatility. Born in the final years of World War II by Douglas Aircraft Company, initially called the AD-1, this carrier-based attack aircraft found its true calling in the skies of Korea and Vietnam. Unlike sleek jets that buzzed in and out like fleeting shadows, the Skyraider clung to the battlefield, soaking up damage and delivering relentless firepower when lives hung in the balance. Picture this, a rugged plane carrying more than 8,000 pounds of bombs and missiles, spread across 15 points under wings and fuselage, armed with 420mm cannons that roared like thunder. Its piston engine didn't just roar, that engine gave pilots hours of overhead protection, a comfort jet fighters simply couldn't offer in their quick-hit runs. Jets could streak through, but the Skyraider lingered on, holding the line with steadfast dependability. Fast forward to today, why bring back a nearly forgotten name? The rebirth wasn't about nostalgia but necessity. In 2022, the venerable crop duster air tractor at 802U was transformed, rebaptized as the OA1K, and tasked with a new mission under the watchful eye of L3 Harris. This wasn't a throwback, it was a reinvention. Modern warfare demands machines that endure the fog of uncertainty and operate alone if need be. Like its predecessor. This reborn Skyraider features a tailwheel under its tail, a simple yet critical design that lets it launch from runways as short as a patch of rough earth or sometimes none at all. Imagine the smell of dust, the crunch of uneven ground beneath rugged tires, and a plane rising steadily where others couldn't dream to land. What battles await where distances are vast, and infrastructure is shattered? Could this humble aircraft change the way war is waged when so much depends on flexibility, persistence, and raw grit? The story is just beginning, and the next chapter reveals how this new Skyraider challenges everything we thought about attack aircraft. What if a humble crop duster, once used to spray chemicals over endless fields, could suddenly hover over a hostile ridge, its engine humming like a low-cowed beast, while missiles hiss from its wings? Imagine the shock of soldiers who see a plane, built for farming, transform into a stealthy strike platform that can outlast a jet, because its fuel tanks hold enough power for 6 relentless hours of combat. The very idea flips conventional warfare on its head and leaves every analyst scrambling for answers. Summary of the previous segment: the new OA1K mirrors the original Skyraider's agility. Its tailwheel lets it launch from barely any runway, even from unprepared ground, and land on dirt strips or highways when necessary. The agricultural design needs only a short stretch of even terrain to gain speed. Picture the aircraft skimming a dusty field, wheels kicking up grit, the engine's roar echoing across barren plains. This ability becomes a lifeline in remote or war-torn zones where paved runways have vanished. Landing is equally versatile. Dirt strips, modest taxiways, highways become makeshift runways. Turning a farmer's tool into a war machine didn't start from zero. L3 Harris and Air Tractor already had a rugged platform that survived harsh, quasi-combat missions. The AD-802 had spent years eradicating coca crops, thudding through jungle canopies while dodging small arms fire from drug cartels. Its hull was armored to shrug off rifle rounds, denting only minimally. Inside, a steel tube roll cage framed the cockpit, bearing the aircraft's entire weight like a protective cradle. Now, the OA1KS specifications read like a battle-ready beast. Empty weight sits at 7,800 pounds, maximum takeoff weight reaches 16,000 pounds. That grants roughly 6,000 pounds of payload, comparable to many fighter jets, ready to hold fuel, munitions, or advanced sensors. Its massive fuel tanks hold 740 US gallons, spread across wings and fuselage. Imagine the smell of hot fuel mixing with the metallic tang of the cockpit during a long loiter, the engine humming steadily for hours on end. This fuel bounty delivers the most coveted trait in today's conflicts: persistence. L3 Harris claims the aircraft can travel up to 200 miles to a target area, then linger for 6 uninterrupted hours with a full combat load. While most modern assets count their time over target in fleeting minutes, the Skyraider 2 stretches that window into enduring hours, offering special operators a constant eye in the sky, a protective blanket that could turn failure into triumph. But what lies beyond the horizon for this resurrected workhorse? As engineers load it with ever more sophisticated weapons and sensor suites, could the OA1K become the decisive factor in a future clash? With its astonishing payload capacity of about 6,000 pounds, the Skyraider 2 stands shoulder to shoulder with many modern fighter jets. However, what sets this aircraft apart is its remarkable fuel capacity, 740 US gallons nestled strategically in its wings and fuselage. This substantial fuel reserve grants the Skyraider 2 an invaluable asset in the arena of contemporary warfare: unparalleled endurance. Imagine this: the aircraft can venture up to 200 miles from base and loiter for nearly 6 hours with a standard combat load. In a time when other military planes measure their operational minutes, the Skyraider measures effectiveness in hours. For special operations units attempting covert missions behind enemy lines, having that sustained air support overhead can mean the world, a thin line between triumph and disaster. Packaging a substantial punch despite its weight limits, the Skyraider 2's armaments offer operational versatility fit for any environment. Equipped with 10 external hardpoints, 2 along the centerline and 8 beneath its wings, this aircraft is capable of carrying an impressive arsenal of guided and unguided ordnance. There's the AGM-114 Hellfire missile, laser-guided 70mm rockets through the Advanced Precision Kill Weapon System 2, and the robust 500-pound GBU-12 laser-guided bombs. The vision is not just to stop there. Customized weapon pods are in the works, enabling the Skyraider 2 to utilize common launch tubes. This upgrade opens doors to a variety of precision-guided missiles and even air-launched drones. But here's where it gets intriguing. The adaptability of the Skyraider 2 isn't merely a nod to conventional weapon loadouts. In 2023, L3 Harris hinted at exploring ambitious configurations, including the AGM-84 Harpoon and AGM-158B Joint Air-to-Surface Standoff Missile, or JASSMER. The addition of these advanced systems would transition the Skyraider 2 from a modest light attack aircraft into a formidable force against naval threats in the Pacific theater. As technology continues to revolutionize warfare, can this humble agricultural aircraft truly transform the landscape of military engagement? The potential is immense, and the horizon of possibilities seems limitless. Previously, we saw how the Skyraider 2 could evolve from a simple light attack plane into a powerful anti-ship threat, armed with missiles capable of striking hundreds of miles away. But what if I told you this crop duster's firepower is only half the story? What secrets lie behind its silent watchful eyes, and how will it change the game for Special Operations Forces forever? Imagine a small agricultural aircraft, once destined only to spread seeds or fight wildfires, now transformed into a stealthy guardian in the skies. This Skyraider 2 is outfitted not with just bombs and missiles, but with 4 advanced scanning systems, working together as a silent but deadly orchestra of surveillance. 2 massive 20-inch turrets sweep the horizon like giant mechanical eyes. A smaller 15-inch turret scans closer targets with razor-sharp precision. And lurking behind, a radar crafted by specialists at Thales operates on a completely different frequency, creating an invisible web to catch any movement, even when human eyes fail. Buck Walker, one of the visionaries behind this upgrade, calls it going back in time. This is no exaggeration. Thanks to the AI-powered brain on board, the aircraft can instantly replay past visual data, reviewing every second of what it has observed. Sounds impossible? Yet this system sifts through endless streams of video in real time. It intelligently filters what truly matters, whether it's a suspicious vehicle crawling through a jungle or a hidden cache buried deep in a city's shadows. The operator commands the AI, telling it exactly which target to follow and analyze, transforming floods of raw data into crucial, actionable intelligence. Close your eyes and imagine that moment, the steady hum of the turboprop reverberating through the cockpit. Outside, harsh sunlight casts sharp edges on the landscape below. The AI's voice is quiet but insistent, highlighting threats even invisible to the naked eye. This is not just surveillance, it's survival, in a world where information overload can mean the difference between triumph and disaster. Yet, the Skyraider 2's true brilliance may not even be its augmented vision or formidable weapons. It is how quickly and flexibly it can jump into action. This small warrior can be swiftly dismantled, packed inside a giant cargo plane within 6 hours, and reassembled on the other side of the world within a single day, ready to support troops in hostile or improvised environments, where runways are luxuries and silence is a weapon. Could this humble crop duster now be the most adaptable, persistent, and deadly asset in the skies? Or is it merely a nostalgic echo of past conflicts, resurrected for a new age? The answer lies in a startling twist no one saw coming, one that could change every battlefield forever. Amidst a world where military technology constantly evolves, a remarkable transformation is taking place. Picture a once modest agricultural plane, originally designed for crop dusting and firefighting, revitalized into a powerhouse of aerial combat. This is the story of the Skyraider 2, a name that evokes memories of valor from the Korean and Vietnam Wars. Military experts have dubbed its predecessor the best attack aircraft ever made. Now, there's a new contender soaring high, adapted and deadly. The Skyraider 2 aims to redefine air power. Transformational advancements have refashioned the unsung aircraft into an aerial force equipped with Hellfire missiles, precision bombs, and advanced surveillance systems. In a striking debut on April 3, 2025, the U.S. Air Force Special Operations Command accepted its first OA-1K Skyraider 2. With the legacy of its ancestor influencing its design, this modern marvel promises to change how special operations unfold in our complex world. Imagine the roar of turbo engines echoing as the Skyraider 2 takes off, a tail-dragging machine capable of operating from virtually anywhere. Built on a foundation of ruggedness, this aircraft can function without relying on extensive infrastructure, a true game-changer in modern warfare. With a maximum weight of 16,000 pounds and an impressive payload capacity, it can carry nearly 6,000 pounds of vital equipment, including fuel and munitions, ready for action. What if this aircraft could be airborne within 48 hours of deployment? Believe it. The Skyraider 2 can be disassembled in 6 hours. Fit snugly within a C-17 cargo plane, and be ready for action by the next day. This unparalleled deployment flexibility alters the landscape of military logistics. Traditional fighter jets may require weeks of preparation, but the Skyraider 2 can be transported to remote bases anywhere global operations are needed, providing essential air support at a moment's notice. But don't let its agricultural roots deceive you. This aircraft is forged from experience, having served alongside military operations in hostile environments, delivering counter-narcotics missions where it withstood small arms fire. Manufactured with ballistic armor and embracing cutting-edge technology, its robust design ensures it tackles today's challenges head-on. Yet, adapting to the modern battlefield comes with its hurdles. The current dynamics of warfare dictate that modern attack aircraft must be proficient in counterinsurgency operations rather than traditional air-to-air engagements. The Skyraider 2 may not boast stealth capabilities or advanced defenses against sophisticated threats, yet its true strength lies in versatility. As it boldly reclaims an iconic name, the question remains, can the Skyraider 2 overcome the evolving nature of combat and stand tall among a hierarchy filled with multi-role jets and stealth fighters? With its unmatched capability to endure long missions while delivering precision fire support, the Skyraider 2 emerges as a formidable presence above. As the world watches, a new chapter in aerial warfare unfolds. What will be the ultimate legacy of this reimagined aircraft in the skies? Witness the impending journey of the Skyraider 2, where every flight could reshape the future of military might. Will it earn the respect of the skies or face its own hurdles in a changing world? Only time will tell. In a world where aerial dominance is paramount, the legacy of the Skyraider stands tall. This isn't just a story of an aircraft, it's about the rebirth of an icon in modern warfare. Meet the Skyraider 2, a remarkable transformation from its agricultural roots into a powerful military asset designed for today's battlefield. As the U.S. military embraces innovation, this aircraft is set to challenge the norms of aerial combat. Imagine the might of a plane originally crafted for crop dusting, now armed to the teeth with cutting-edge technology. The Skyraider 2 melds practicality with lethal efficiency, boasting advanced sensors, precision munitions, and communication systems that enable it to operate with unprecedented autonomy. Gone are the days when 21 personnel were needed to orchestrate a single airstrike. With the Skyraider 2, one can soar through the skies, operational and effective with minimal human oversight. But what does this mean for military strategy? In recent conflicts such as Ukraine, the nature of air supremacy has shifted. Conventional wisdom crumbles as we see smaller nations push back against larger foes with aerial defenses that defy expectations. If engaged in a tense standoff with a powerhouse like China or Russia, the Skyraider 2's utility might be confined to specialized operations, primarily in regions lacking developed airfields. Here's where the plot thickens. As the Pentagon re-evaluates its resources amidst budget cuts, the future of the Skyraider 2 hangs in the balance. Originally, there was ambition for a fleet of 75 aircraft. But fiscal realities have trimmed that to a potential 45 by 2028. In an age of uncertainty and evolving threats, will this aerial workhorse adapt and thrive, or be left in the hangar as financial choices dictate the course of military innovation? The crux of the matter is the Skyraider 2's potential to become more than just an aircraft. Its role as a versatile and adaptable option might allow it to shoulder critical missions, keeping conventional stealth fighters free for more daunting engagements. Will it become the unsung hero of the skies, quietly supporting missions while posing questions about future military doctrines? In this era of unpredictability, one thing is clear: the future is about to take flight, but in what form? The Skyraider 2 is ready to rise, its fate intertwined with shifting policies and groundbreaking developments. Time will tell if this legendary name will soar again. Previously, we saw how planned orders for the new Skyraider 2 plunged from an initially ambitious 75 aircraft down to just 45 by 2028. Budget battles and shifting priorities have squeezed the fleet size, casting doubts on its future. But what lies beyond these cuts? Could this rugged, versatile plane survive in a world that questions its very necessity? The truth is, the future of Skyraider 2 procurement is hanging in the balance. Powerful voices in Washington, like the Government Accountability Office, have urged caution. They argue that ordering so many planes might be premature. After all, the military infrastructure that would support this fleet isn't fully established. Why commit to dozens of aircraft when the need is uncertain? The GAO even suggested that Special Operations Command order a smaller number first, to see how the plane performs in real missions before going all in. Was the optimistic era of rural warfare over with the U.S. exit from Afghanistan? Maybe. But this cautious approach feeds into a more complex problem. Fewer planes mean higher costs per unit. At approximately $40 million each, the Skyraider 2 becomes expensive, especially compared to rivals like Brazil's Super Tucano, which sells for less than half the price. How do you compete when your price tag scares away buyers? Yet, here's the twist: while U.S. funding trims back, international demand is heating up. L3 Harris has greenlight exports to 22 countries, with 15 more under review. Allied nations tackling rugged conflicts, from peacekeeping in Africa to securing remote borders, are eyeing this aircraft. For nations unable to afford cutting-edge stealth jets but needing something tougher than a basic trainer, the Skyraider 2 offers a sweet spot. Could this humble crop duster turned warplane become a global player? Imagine deserts, mountains, and forgotten battlefields where a plane like this can take off from dirt strips, hover for hours, and deliver deadly precision strikes with surgical accuracy. The scent of burning fuel, the low roar of its turboprop engine, the gleam of missile pylons, this is a new chapter in aerial warfare. But will the Skyraider 2 emerge from budget shadows and secure its place in tomorrow's skies? The answer lies not only in Pentagon boardrooms but across continents where wars are still fought under sun-scorched skies. A powerful tale of transformation unfolds as the legendary military aircraft, the Skyraider, transitions into a new age. Once hailed as the best attack aircraft ever made, it carved its name during the tumultuous eras of the Korean and Vietnam Wars. But now, a new contender emerges from the shadows, the Skyraider 2. Initially an unassuming agricultural plane designed for crop dusting and firefighting, this aircraft is redefined into a formidable weapon of air power, equipped with advanced technology and lethal precision. On April 3, 2025, a historic moment arrived at Hurlburt Field, Florida, as the U.S. Air Force Special Operations Command welcomed its first OA-1K Skyraider 2. This aircraft, reminiscent of its illustrious predecessor, is reborn to adapt to modern warfare's unpredictability. With Hellfire missiles, precision bombs, advanced radar, and encrypted systems, the Skyraider 2 is not just a mere upgrade, it symbolizes a revolutionary leap in military strategy. Picture this: an aircraft that can operate from makeshift airstrips, ready to unleash devastating munitions from above while weathering enemy fire. Its design, influenced by the original A-1 Skyraider, incorporates a tail-dragging feature, enabling it to take off from short distances, an essential advantage in conflict zones where infrastructure is often non-existent. This rugged, adaptable platform isn't just a weapon, it's a beacon of hope for special operations forces desperate for air support in perilous situations. As we delve deeper, the Skyraider 2 reveals shocking capabilities. It boasts a staggering 740-gallon fuel capacity and can linger over a target area for hours, far surpassing the fleeting presence of its modern jet counterparts. Can you imagine the relentless support this aircraft can provide to troops on the ground, offering them the firepower they critically need? Now, let's flash back to Vietnam, where the original Skyraider withstood punishing conditions and emerged as an indomitable force. Soldiers remember the thunderous roar of its engines, the smell of gunpowder in the air as it swooped down, and the comforting sight of its silhouette becoming a guardian angel in the unforgiving skies. The Skyraider 2 aims to honor that legacy, boasting payload capabilities comparable to larger fighter jets while maintaining agile maneuverability. Yet, this reincarnation isn't without challenges. In a rapidly evolving battlefield dominated by drones, can the Skyraider 2 maintain its edge? L3 Harris, the architect behind this modernization, is betting on international demand to propel the Skyraider 2's production amid dwindling domestic orders. Will this gamble pay off, or will the rise of drones threaten the pilot-driven aircraft's resurgence? The landscape of warfare is changing fast. Modern unmanned aerial vehicles, like the MQ-9 Reaper, are designed to operate in rough terrains, armed with similar weaponry and surveillance capabilities. How does the Skyraider 2 compete with such formidable technology? While drones eliminate the risk to human life and reduce training costs, they lack the improvisational spirit and tactical decision-making that only a human pilot can provide. As we embark on this thrilling journey through the Skyraider 2's evolution, prepare for unexpected twists and a deeper understanding of the modern battlefield's soul, a battle between man and machine, legacy, and innovation. The ground will tremble beneath the Skyraider 2 as it challenges fate and reshapes the future of air combat. Will it soar above the rest, or will shadows from the past eclipse its mighty potential? Buckle up, the saga of the Skyraider 2 is just beginning. A quick look back, we just compared the Skyraider 2 with a lighter-armed sibling that can still launch a full suite of weapons and watch the battlefield from barebones airfields. We noted that a pilot's human touch still beats a drone's cold logic. What if the most feared enemy never sees the engine humming above them, because the aircraft never even needs a runway? The answer hides in a dusty hangar, where a pilot squeezes the warm metal yoke, the scent of jet fuel mingling with the sweat of a summer shift. A human can read a sudden flare of anti-air fire, decide in a heartbeat, and shout orders that feel like a lifeline to troops on the ground. No algorithm can replicate that bond. But the Pacific looms, vast, glittering, defended by layers of radar and missiles. Could a turboprop survive those skies? The Air Force whispers about launched effects. The Skyraider 2 would drop long-range drones or missiles, extending its reach by hundreds of miles, staying outside enemy fire. Imagine a modest plane releasing a swarm of silent hunters, turning its modest payload into a strike force that schemes the horizon like a ghost. The real twist is not the hardware, but the debate it sparks: should America cling to massive carriers or trust nimble, human-piloted workhorses? The answer could reshape a continent's balance of power. Will the next war be fought from the decks of colossal ships, or from the back of a humble crop duster? A brief recap: we just explored how a single pilot, armed with intuition and grit, could turn a modest aircraft into a stealthy launch pad, outmaneuvering sophisticated defenses while keeping soldiers safe below. Could a plane built for spraying fields ever become the linchpin of a high-tech navy? The OA-1K now carries 10 hardpoints, each ready for Hellfire missiles, laser-guided rockets, or 500-pound bombs. Its belly holds 740 gallons of fuel, enough to linger over a target for 6 long hours, the engine's low growl a constant reminder of endurance. The sky is no longer a battlefield measured in minutes, but in relentless, hovering presence. Engineers imagine mounting modular pods that fling cruise missiles or even miniature unmanned aircraft. Picture a sky filled with buzzing drones, launched from a single, rugged frame, their rotors slicing the thin air like whispered promises. The aircraft's 4 scanners, 2 20-inch eyes, a 15-inch prowler, and a low-frequency radar, feed a smart AI that sorts targets, letting the pilot focus on the one that matters most. Now the philosophical clash sharpens. One side fuels endless carrier fleets, the other bets on compact, adaptable machines that can hide in a field or a desert strip. Between massive decks and modest runways lies a middle path, an aircraft that can do both. The question lingers, will the Pentagon embrace this hybrid future, or will it double down on the old giants of the sea? The decision will echo through the next generation of warriors. Previously, we examined the ongoing tug-of-war in U.S. military strategy, between relying on swarms of drones for targeted strikes and the enduring power projection offered by aircraft carriers and manned aircraft. Neither side holds all the answers. Instead, innovating technologies like the Skyraider 2 carve out a new middle ground. Imagine an aircraft that can touch down on rough, unprepared terrain, take off again swiftly, and stay airborne for hours while scanning vast areas with precision sensors. This is the Skyraider 2's promise, a rugged combat platform unlike anything seen in decades. With a modular design that allows mission-specific upgrades, it gives commanders the flexibility previously impossible in a single aircraft. What if this humble crop duster could evolve from a counterinsurgency workhorse into a decisive player in multi-domain battles? Would it redefine modern warfare, or fall victim to outdated thinking and budget cuts? The Air Force believes in its potential. Its ability to operate far from established bases, carry a heavy payload of weapons and sensors, and adapt quickly means it could fill gaps no drone or jet alone can. Could this blend of old-school practicality and cutting-edge tech become America's secret weapon for years to come? Or is it doomed to fade away, overshadowed by flashier fighters and remote-controlled drones? Stay with us as the stakes rise. The Skyraider 2's future flies at the crossroads of innovation and tradition, where survival depends on agility, endurance, and the human touch. What happens next might just change the way battles are fought, forever.